how how would you describe, when you you first have the idea pitched and it was all very well, you're going to be this, blue guy or whatever. But for you, what is the essence of a Blue Meanie character? Like whenever you think back in your career, like how would you describe your character?
When I first started, I was almost, I was almost exactly that character from the movie. But as we start moving on and doing parodies, growing up, I was a huge fan of wrestling, but I was also a huge fan of stand-up comedy and a whole bunch of different things. And more of myself started coming out in the character. Once we start doing, Blue Dust, Baron Von Stevie, Colonel Meanie, the Blue Meanie Bloods, I was Sir Meanie and Lord Stevie. Just and I could just be that, I could bring in my other influences from like comedy. I grew up a huge fan of George Carlin. And if you ever seen a George Carlin stand up bit, he's always doing faces like, I
Yeah.
know this is a podcast, but he's big on the facials and stuff like that. And I would work that in my routine, the Blue Meanie face, the that's a tribute to my grandfather. I remember being a kid in my crib looking up and my grandfather looking at me, looking down at me and going, making faces like that. And
Oh,
somewhere I found a photo of us both doing the face as when I was a kid, but I incorporated that into my character. So the character of the Blue Meanie is just basically a fun-loving, mischievous character. But when it comes time to be serious, he could be serious. I'll come to the ring, I'll do the meanie dance, this, that, and the other thing. But once the heel starts doing things heelish, I'll reply in kind to whatever the heel's doing, and then take it a little bit serious. But the character's always just been. I'd like to say I'm in Philly. We got sports mascots like the Philly Fanatic or Gritty. I'd like to think I am the pro wrestling equivalent of Gritty or the Philly Fanatic. Other guys were doing all these crazy things and sacrificing their bodies. Paul and Raven would have us go out there and do something to lighten the mood in
mm,
order to, people be right here from like whatever was going on. All right, here comes something to make you laugh to get your mind all, in a different mood. So when the next thing happens, you're not burnt out.